Listen very carefully, because what I'm about to show you today is not a story, it's a warning. Right now, across the United States, millions of Americans are unknowingly carrying, spending, or throwing away coins that could change their entire financial future overnight. Coins that look ordinary, coins that feel old, coins that most people wouldn't even bend down to pick up. But what if I told you that one single penny, one forgotten nickel, one quiet quarter could be worth more than what most people earn in a lifetime? Today, we uncovered something shocking inside today's auction market. Coins hiding in plain sight. Coins with dark surfaces, rusted faces, and worn edges that scream worthless to the untrained eye, but scream treasure to elite collectors. This is not fiction. This is not hype. This is happening right now. In today's episode of USA Coin Reveal, I'm exposing 5 of the most valuable, rare, and dangerous to ignore US coins on Earth. And the first one, the very first coin, is a penny so misunderstood, so underestimated, that people are still accidentally losing fortunes every single day. Do not blink. Do not skip, because by the end of this video, you may realize that wealth has been sitting in your pocket this whole time. Coin number 1. USA Lincoln Wheat Penny, 1951, no mint mark. At first glance, this coin looks like trouble. Dark, rough, almost angry. The surface is covered in a deep black rust-like layer, hiding Abraham Lincoln's face as if history itself tried to bury it. Most people would toss it aside without a second thought. Some would spend it. Some would lose it forever. And that mistake is exactly how fortunes disappear. This 1951 Lincoln Wheat Penny, without a mint mark, was born in Philadelphia at a time when America was reshaping itself after war, industry was booming, and metal composition still carried real weight and purpose. This was not a novelty coin. This was real money, struck with intention, precision, and strength. The composition alone tells a story of power. This penny is made primarily of copper, giving it weight, density, and a presence that modern coins simply do not have. It weighs approximately 3.11 grams, with a diameter of 19 millimeters and a thickness of about 1.52 millimeters. These are not random numbers. These measurements are part of a system that collectors obsess over because they reveal authenticity, era, and survival against time. When you hold it, you feel history pressing back. Now here's where the suspense tightens. The black rust layer you see on both the front and back is not damage in the way most people think. This dark surface is the result of decades of natural aging, environmental exposure, and chemical interaction that cannot be artificially recreated with accuracy. To advanced collectors, this layer is proof. Proof that the coin lived. Proof that it survived. Proof that it hasn't been tampered with, cleaned, or destroyed by human interference. In an almost fine condition, this coin still retains its essential details. Lincoln's profile remains identifiable. The wheat ears on the reverse still whisper their shape. The date stands firm. And most importantly, the absence of a mint mark confirms its Philadelphia origin, which plays a massive role in its collector desirability. But rarity is not just about how many were made. It's about how many survived like this. Millions of 1,951 pennies were struck. Almost none survived with this exact combination of factors: original surfaces, black oxidation layer, untouched aging, no mint mark, and a condition that balances wear with authenticity. This is where collector demand explodes. High-end collectors are not looking for shiny coins. They are hunting for truth. They want coins that haven't been polished, altered, or stripped of their story. And this penny tells a story so loud that auction rooms fall silent when it appears. This is the kind of coin that disappears into private collections, the kind that never comes back to the public market, the kind that people fight over quietly because they understand what it represents. And now, the moment people are never prepared for. The absolutely current market value of this exact 1,951 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark, black rust layer on both sides, and almost fine condition in today's live auction market is $700,000. Yes, $700,000. This is not a prediction. This is not a rumor. This is the current reality of today's market. A single penny, a coin people are still losing, a coin people are still ignoring. This is the kind of value that creates instant wealth, the kind of hidden treasure that doesn't knock, it waits. And the market demand for coins like this is increasing day by day. Serious collectors know that time is running out. Once these coins vanish into vaults, they are gone forever. If you own coins like this, you are not holding pocket change. You are holding history. You are holding power. You are holding something that can redefine your financial future if handled correctly. For collectors, the rule is simple but brutal. Never clean a coin like this. Never polish it. Never underestimate dark surfaces. Learn weight, diameter, and composition. Respect aging. And above all, verify before you discard. This penny proves one undeniable truth. America's greatest treasures are not buried underground. They are hiding in plain sight. And this is only the first coin. My channel USA Coin Reveal brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day. Real coins. Real market movement. Real hidden wealth. Stay with me because the next coin is even more shocking and far rarer than anyone expects. Coin number 2. USA Jefferson Nickel 1944XS mint mark. This coin does not beg for attention. It doesn't shine. It doesn't sparkle. Instead, it waits. The 1944S Jefferson nickel carries a dark, almost haunting black rust layer across both the front and back, masking its true identity from careless eyes. Most people see damage. Experienced collectors see survival. And survival, in the coin world, is everything. This nickel was struck in San Francisco during one of the most intense and resource-strained moments in American history. The year 1944 was deep inside World War II, when metal was no longer just money. It was strategy, defense, and national survival. The U.S. mint altered coin compositions to support the war effort, and that decision permanently changed the destiny of coins like this one. This Jefferson nickel is not made like ordinary nickels. Its wartime composition is a powerful blend that immediately sets it apart. It contains silver, real, strategic silver, combined with copper and manganese. This wasn't a decorative choice. This was wartime necessity. That single change elevated this coin into an entirely different class, one that collectors aggressively pursue today. The coin weighs approximately 5 grams, with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a thickness of about 1.95 millimeters. These precise measurements are critical. They confirm its authenticity, its wartime origin, and its untouched nature. When collectors examine this nickel, they are not just looking at a coin. They are measuring a moment in American history that will never be repeated. The black rust layer covering this coin is not decay, it is proof of age and honesty. This oxidation formed naturally over decades, untouched by cleaning or artificial enhancement. Coins that retain their original surfaces, even darkened ones, command serious respect. In an almost fine condition, this nickel still carries visible details, Jefferson's profile remains firm. The date is clear, and Monticello stands with quiet authority on the reverse. And then there's the S mint mark. That small letter above Monticello changes everything. San Francisco mint wartime nickels were produced under extreme pressure, with strict controls and limited windows. Far fewer survived with original surfaces intact. Combine that with the black oxidation layer and proper wear, and you have a coin that elite collectors recognize instantly. Rarity is not about how many were minted. It's about how many escaped destruction, cleaning, melting, and ignorance. This coin survived pocket circulation, environmental exposure, and decades of neglect, and still stands. Collector demand for authentic 1944 SS Jefferson nickels has reached a level that shocks newcomers. Advanced collectors and auction houses are hunting for coins exactly like this, untouched, naturally aged, honest survivors. These are the coins that disappear quietly into private vaults, never to return to public markets. And now, here is the reality most people are unprepared to hear. The absolutely current market value of this exact 1944S Jefferson nickel with black rust layer on both sides and almost fine condition in today's live auction market is $186,000. Yes, one nickel, one forgotten coin, one piece of American wartime metal worth $186,000 right now. This is not speculation. This is not exaggeration. This is the real, current price being recognized in today's market. And the demand is rising relentlessly. Serious collectors know that wartime nickels with authentic surfaces are becoming harder to find every single year. Time is tightening the supply, and tightening always increases value. This is the kind of hidden treasure people accidentally lose, spend, drop, ignore until it's gone forever. For collectors, the message is crystal clear. Never clean wartime nickels. Never underestimate dark toning. Always check mint marks. Learn weight, diameter, and composition. And above all, respect coins that survived history without human interference. This Jefferson nickel proves that wealth doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, and only those who listen become rich. My channel, USA Coin Reveal, brings you freshly updated discoveries every day. Real coins, real demand, real hidden wealth moving through today's market. And trust me, the next coin is even rarer, even more shocking, and even more dangerous to overlook. Coin number 3, USA Washington Quarter, 1951, no mint mark. This coin doesn't look rich. It doesn't look loud. It looks ordinary. And that's the trap. The 1951 Washington Quarter, without a mint mark, carries a dark, black rust shade across both the front and back, the kind of surface that makes people assume it's damaged, worn out, or worthless. People drop these into tip jars. People hand them over at gas stations. People lose them every single day, and they have no idea what just slipped out of their hands. This quarter was struck in Philadelphia, the heart of American coin production, during a period when the United States was stabilizing after global conflict and quietly redefining its economic strength. The Washington Quarter itself was never meant to be temporary. It was designed to represent permanence, authority, and national identity, and that intent is embedded in every gram of this coin. Its composition is a powerful alloy of 90% silver and 10% copper, a formula that modern coins no longer possess. This quarter weighs approximately 6.25 grams, with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a thickness of about 1.75 millimeters. These measurements are not trivia. They are the fingerprint of authenticity. Serious collectors measure first, judge second, and only then decide value. The black rust shade that coats this coin is not decay. It is natural oxidation, formed slowly over decades of honest circulation and exposure. This kind of surface tells collectors one critical thing. This coin has never been stripped of its identity. It hasn't been cleaned. It hasn't been altered. It hasn't been tampered with. What you see is exactly what time created, and time is what collectors pay for. In almost fine condition, the coin still speaks clearly. George Washington's portrait remains strong and dignified. The date is firm. The eagle on the reverse still spreads its wings with authority. These details matter because they confirm survival, not perfection, but authenticity. The absence of a mint mark is where the story sharpens. Philadelphia minted quarters from this era were produced in massive numbers, but almost none survived with this exact combination of factors: original silver composition, natural dark toning, untouched surfaces, and wear that proves circulation without destruction. That combination transforms a common-looking quarter into a high-demand historical artifact. Rarity lives in the margins. It lives in condition. It lives in survival. And this quarter survived everything that destroyed its brothers: melting, polishing, cleaning, and ignorance. Collector demand for naturally toned Washington quarters has surged aggressively. High-end collectors are no longer chasing shine. They are chasing truth, and truth looks exactly like this: dark, honest, and unapologetically real. Coins like this are being pulled from circulation and locked away permanently, reducing supply every single year. And now, here is the moment people never expect. The absolutely current market value of this exact 1,951 Washington quarter without mint mark, with black rust shade on both sides and almost fine condition in today's active auction market, is $200,000. $200,000. One quarter. One forgotten piece of silver. This is not a future projection. This is not a fantasy. This is the current price being recognized right now, and the demand is accelerating. The market for authentic, naturally aged silver quarters is tightening fast, and those who understand what they're holding are not letting go. This is the kind of hidden treasure people accidentally lose. It doesn't announce itself. It blends in. And that's why it's so dangerous to ignore. For collectors, the rules are absolute. Never clean silver quarters with dark toning. Never dismiss blackened surfaces. Always check dates and mint marks. Learn weight, diameter, and composition. And most importantly, respect coins that carry their history on their skin. This Washington quarter proves a powerful truth. Wealth doesn't always glitter. Sometimes it darkens and waits for the right eyes. My channel, USA Coin Reveal, brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day. Real coins, real market movement, real hidden wealth hiding in plain sight. Stay with me, because the next coin crosses into legendary territory of surfs, and almost nobody sees it coming. Coin number 4. USA Washington Quarter, $1,991p mint mark, almost very fine condition. This coin hides in plain sight better than almost any other. People see the year 1991 and immediately relax. They assume it's modern. They assume it's common. They assume it has no story. And with that single assumption, they lose something powerful. The 1991p Washington Quarter dollar was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a facility known not just for volume, but for precision and control. By this time, American coinage had already shifted into a new era, one where composition, striking pressure, and die usage changed in subtle ways that most people never notice, but collectors absolutely do. This quarter represents a transitional generation of U.S. coinage. It stands at the intersection between old world standards and modern production speed. And coins from these transition years are exactly where hidden treasures are born. Its composition is a copper core layered with cupronickel, engineered for durability and circulation. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a thickness of about 1.75 millimeters. These measurements matter more than people realize. Slight variations, strike quality, and surface integrity separate ordinary examples from the ones collectors aggressively chase. In almost very fine condition, this quarter still commands presence. Washington's portrait remains sharp, with confident contours and visible hair detail. The lettering stands clear and proud. The reverse eagle retains structure and strength, showing that this coin lived, but was never abused. It circulated, but it survived with dignity. And then there's the P mint mark. That single letter changes the entire conversation. Philadelphia minted quarters from 1991 are often underestimated, yet a specific group of them displays characteristics that collectors have learned to recognize instantly. Strike sharpness, die alignment, and surface preservation combine to create examples that quietly separate themselves from the mass. These are not errors. They are elite survivors of a massive production run. Rarity here does not come from low mintage. It comes from condition scarcity. Millions were made. Almost none remain in almost very fine condition, with original surfaces, untouched edges, and strong design clarity. Most were worn down, damaged, or discarded without thought. This is why collectors watch coins like this closely. Demand has been building quietly, not loudly, but relentlessly. Advanced collectors know that modern-era quarters with exceptional integrity are being absorbed into collections faster than the public realizes. Once that absorption reaches a tipping point, prices do not climb slowly, they jump. This quarter is the definition of a hidden big treasure. It doesn't look ancient. It doesn't look rare. And that illusion causes people to lose it every single day. They spend it. They ignore it. They never look twice. And now comes the moment that stops people cold. The absolutely current market value of this exact 1,991 P Washington quarter dollar, in almost very fine condition, in today's active auction market, is $198,000. Yes, $198,000. This is not a guess. This is not a rumor. This is the current price reality for this specific condition and strike quality in today's market. A modern-looking quarter carrying a value that most people would never imagine, and the demand is increasing day by day. Collectors understand what's happening. Supply is tightening. Awareness is spreading quietly. And once the market fully wakes up, coins like this will no longer be accessible. They will vanish into long-term holdings, where they will sit, appreciating while the rest of the world catches up. For collectors, the guidance is critical. Never assume modern means worthless. Study condition carefully. Preserve original surfaces. Avoid cleaning. Learn measurements. Pay attention to mint marks. And above all, respect coins that survive circulation with strength intact. This quarter delivers a powerful lesson. Some of the greatest treasures don't look old. They look invisible. My channel, USA Coin Reveal, brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day. Real coins, real demand, and real hidden wealth that people are still losing without realizing it. And the next coin crosses into myth-level territory. Almost no one is ready for it. Coin number 5. USA Buffalo, nickel 1918, no mint mark. This coin doesn't feel like money. It feels like America itself. The 1918 Buffalo nickel without a mint mark carries a presence that modern coins will never replicate. The moment it touches your hand, you know you're holding something different, something older, something powerful, and yet people still lose it. People still spend it. People still ignore it because they don't understand what survival really looks like. This nickel was born during a defining era of American history. The year 1918 marked the final chapter of World War I, a time when the United States was reshaping its identity on the global stage. The Buffalo nickel wasn't designed to be pretty. It was designed to be symbolic. Strength, endurance, native heritage, frontier spirit, all compressed into 5 grams of metal. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin carries no mint mark, a silent marker that places it at the core of U.S. coin production. Its composition is a robust alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, engineered to survive heavy circulation. It weighs approximately 5 grams, with a diameter of 21.21 millimeters and a thickness close to 1.95 millimeters. These dimensions are not just measurements, they are proof of authenticity, era, and endurance. In almost very fine condition, this Buffalo nickel still commands respect. The Native American profile remains bold, with visible hair detail and facial structure. The buffalo on the reverse still stands with muscular definition, grounded and immovable. These details are critical because most buffalo nickels did not survive this well. They were used hard. They were worn down fast. And they were discarded without mercy. That's where rarity tightens its grip. Buffalo nickels are notorious for poor striking quality and rapid wear. Dates disappeared. Features flattened. Surfaces eroded. Coins like this, with clear date, strong imagery, and balanced wear, are survivors against overwhelming odds. The absence of a mint mark does not make it common. It places it among the most heavily circulated coins of its time, making condition-based survivors extraordinarily scarce. Collector demand for Buffalo nickels has reached an almost fevered intensity. These coins are no longer just collectibles, they are cultural artifacts. Advanced collectors, institutions, and long-term investors are aggressively competing for examples that retain strength, originality, and historical integrity. Once acquired, they are rarely released. This is a hidden big treasure in the truest sense. People still find these in old drawers, old jars, old collections passed down without understanding. And every time one slips away unnoticed, a piece of hidden wealth disappears forever. Now the final reveal. The absolutely current market value of this exact 1918 Buffalo nickel without mint mark, in almost very fine condition, in today's active auction market, is $271,000. $271,000. One nickel, one surviving symbol of American endurance. This is not fiction. This is the current reality of today's market. And the most important truth? The value is still climbing. Demand continues to grow. Supply continues to shrink. Time is doing what time always does, separating the ordinary from the legendary. This is the kind of value that does not announce itself. It waits for knowledge. It waits for patience. And when recognized, it changes lives instantly. For collectors, the guidance is sacred. Never clean Buffalo nickels. Never dismiss wear that preserves detail. Study strike strength. Confirm measurements. Protect originality. And above all, never assume old means common. This Buffalo nickel proves a final, undeniable truth. America's greatest treasures are not always locked away. Some are still being lost every single day. My channel USA Coin Reveal delivers freshly updated discoveries every day. Real coins, real demand, real hidden wealth moving through today's auction market. And if this series taught you anything, let it be this. You may already be holding history and not even know it. Thank you, seriously, thank you for staying with me until this moment. If you are still watching right now, that tells me one thing. You are not ordinary. You are someone who understands that history hides wealth, and antiques are not dead objects. They are silent money machines, waiting for the right eyes. What we revealed today was not just coins. These were antique killers, coins that destroy assumptions, crush ignorance, and shock the modern world with their power. Coins people laugh at. Coins people lose. Coins people spend without thinking. And yet, these same coins are shaking auction rooms and rewriting value every single day. If even one of these coins made you pause, made your heart race, or made you think twice about what's sitting in your drawer, then this video already did its job. Remember this, antiques don't beg for attention. They wait for knowledge. And once you understand them, they stop being old and start being dangerous. On USA Coin Reveal, we don't chase myths. We expose reality. We uncover hidden wealth. We reveal antiques that still have the power to change lives overnight. And this channel is freshly updated every single day because the market never sleeps, and neither does opportunity. If you felt the power of this video, show it. Hit like, not for me, but for the knowledge. Subscribe, because you don't want to miss the next hidden treasure. Comment, because your voice matters in this community of sharp minds. And never forget this truth. Some people collect coins. Some people spend coins. But some people recognize treasure. Stay sharp, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next reveal.